Good morning, everybody. Ball and your band and your cushion to start with. So, like we usually do, you can always fast forward this bit if you want to, but this bit is just making it easier for your shoulders to freely move throughout the class, basically. So you can either skip or pop yourself down, and we're going to do the neck exercises first. So we're just going to pop the head on the ball. You can do this with the cushion as well. Relax the arms, and then we're going to turn the head side to side nice and slowly. So slower the better. Really get that stretch right to the sides of those neck muscles. You're just drawing a perfectly straight line across the ceiling above you, all the way over to the other side. And then one more each side. And then in the middle, and we'll do your chin tuck. So tuck that chin to the chest, and then release and look up again to the ceiling. So really feel the stretch when you're doing it, and then you can just let go of it when you go up again. So tuck, feel that stretch, let it go. Let's do 3 more. And make the next the last one. And then no circle, so nice and small first. No bigger than a 10p. And just 5 one way, and then go back. And we'll do 5 the other way. And then go back the other way. And then when you've done the 5 the small way, you're going to go back the other way and go big. So it's up to you how open and wide you want to go. Nice and full circles. Open up, nice and wide. And then going back the other way for 5. Last one. And then back. Take that out. Don't need that for the moment. And we're going to move on and do some arms. So cushions underneath. Make sure your head's nice and comfortable. And you're going to make sure that you've got your 6 points. So you've got shoulders, ribs, hips, and then you want to pop your feet hip distance apart. We're going to start with windows. So we're going to lift the arms up to the ceiling to start it. The palms are going to face the front. So what you're going to do is you're going to make an L shape with both your elbows either side of your chest. So you're going to bend your elbows either side. They're going to stay off the floor. So you've got, if you can see, you've got this sort of shape. From here, you're going to use your shoulders and you're going to let those arms fall, well, the backs of the hands fall towards the floor. They won't touch the floor. You're going to straighten your arms above and then you're going to bring them to the ceiling once more. So you take your elbows either side of your chest, making those L shapes. Your arms aren't folded, they're also not straight. You've got a lovely L shape in each elbow, and then you're going to think of really heavy rings, and they're going to pull your backs of the hands back. And you then straighten your arms above and you bring them back in front. Now with this, you want to avoid arching your back. So once you go here, this section here, sometimes it's a bit tight in the shoulder, so the back will try and arch instead. So avoid arching your back. It's all in the shoulders. You've probably heard my shoulder click probably a couple of times doing this. Perfectly normal. My shoulder's very, very stiff, so it's just oiling this up as I'm doing this, and then going up and back. You may feel it also across the front of your chest, also in your armpit area. That's also really common because that's linked to if you're slightly hunching forwards. And then we're going to go for 3 more like this. So again, you take your elbows down. Make sure that you don't change the arms when they go back. They are still in that L shape as you straighten your arms above your head and back. And then again down, up, and last one. Oh, that was a big click. And then back up and then back down by your side. So we're going to carry on that start, the 2 sections of, well, first 2 halves of that arm exercise, and we're going to do chicken wings. So chicken wings is going the top sort of area of the shoulder and the neck area. So you've just done obviously kind of underneath and around. We're going to now do the top section of your shoulder. So your arms do start again at the ceiling. Your elbows still do bend either side of your chest, making those 2 L shapes with your arms. And they also fall behind towards the ears with heavy rings. And then instead of going above your head, you're going to now pass your elbows towards your waist 3 times without moving your shoulders, without moving your back, but also without puffing your chest. So I want you to try and keep, the elbows won't touch the waist, they can't. If you can touch your waist, you're either moving your chest up and down or the angle in your elbow just closed in half. So you want to keep that angle continuously as you pulse. It can be done, it's not too quick either. So we're going to go again. So elbows down either side of the chest. And again, you rotate so the backs of the hands fall back. And then you're going to pulse your elbows towards your waist. 1, don't move your chest. 2, keep your elbows away from your waist. You're pulsing towards the waist. Does not mean you have to touch your waist. You then go above your head and straighten, and then you pick your arms up, and we're going to start again. We've got 2 sets left. So elbows go either side of the chest. You then take your arms back, and then you go back to pulsing 1, 2, 3. You straighten your arms up and up to the ceiling. Let's go 1 more time. Down and back, and then pulse down for 1 and 2 and 3. Arms above the head and up, and then down by your thighs again, and just relax the shoulders just for a moment. They're feeling probably very worked out from that. So moving on from there, we're going to then do some super. So we're going to do some knee circles. We did these last week. We're going to try and do those again. We're going to use the ball like we did last time, and we're going to pop it underneath, in between your bottom and your lower back. So do make sure it's in the centre, otherwise you're going to find it a little bit one-sided. So pop your feet back to hip distance apart. If you want, you can hold onto your ball. Otherwise, you're just going to completely relax the top half of your shoulders and your arms and chest. So we're going to just do 1 leg at a time. So we're going to do tiny, tiny circles first. So really about a 10-pence size. And we're just going to circle really slowly so that the weight of us on top of the ball isn't going to wobble around. And the leg that's currently still on the floor can stay very, very still. So just going to do 5 each way of these. So really can sort of think about where the sensation should be. It's right at the top of your thigh, where it sort of connects to your hip. That's where you want to know that that's happening. You might even get a bit of clicking if that's happening. It's absolutely normal. And then you're going to go back and do it the other way, and then we're going to do the other leg. So you're going to go back again, still keep the circle about that 10 pence size. Don't rush it, you're staying perfectly still on your ball still as well. And then we're going to bring the feet back to hip distance apart each time so that your weight hasn't gone on to one leg too much if you are not correcting your feet in between. And then back to the first leg, so second leg I should say. So again, just really slow. You don't need to do big circles. You're trying to keep the weight on the ball as steady as you possibly can. And just relax those arms. Avoid gripping the floor if you can. Doing 5 each way of these. And then once you've done 5, you go back again and do it the same way, other direction though. And then bring that leg down. Rearrange those feet once more. So we're going to double up. So we're going to put the feet back to hip distance apart. Keep the ball underneath. We're going to pick up both your legs and we're then going to do doubles. So we're going to try and do, it's kind of a little bit like a dance routine. You've got to kind of do the same pattern on each leg, but it's obviously coordination also. So you're going to start by bringing both your knees towards you. And then going to circle both your legs out to the sides, around the circle, back, and then towards your knees, coming to your head again. Out, nice and controlled, heavier with both of the legs up. So the tummy, if it's not working, you're doing it wrong. So just make sure that you're really focusing on that weight that's on the ball, staying completely in control. And then these legs are slow. Don't rush the legs. They're not clicking as well. Try not to over circle and then get big clicks in your hip. So we're going to do one more. And then we're going to go back the other way. So we're going to go pushing the feet away from the body and out, around, back to the face and away and out, around, back. Push away, out, bring it forwards, push away. Last one, out, bring it back, drop the feet and pop your feet on the floor and just make sure that you haven't moved on the ball. And we're going to take, let me just check what we're doing next. Yes, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring this and we're going to put it instead. So we're going to place it behind the shoulder blade. So sitting up gently, popping it in between the shoulder blades. So it's not too high up. It will move once you roll over it. Check that you've got your 6 points again. So you want to make sure your hips are still level. You've still got your natural curve in your lower back. Your feet are hip distance apart. Place the hands now behind the head. And it's a very controlled movement. As you roll over the ball, it's going to roll up towards your shoulders, just below your shoulders, and you're going to pop your head onto the floor. So your rib cage is very much extended now. We want this because we're trying to, any sort of open chest is better than a hunched shoulder. So we're going to just practice doing these without any legs, and then we're going to do some leg movement. So we're going to take a deep breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to come up over the top. Don't move this area here, that stays nice and still. I'm just going to reach forwards with both the hands, and then we're going to put the both of them back. And again, don't rush it. I want you to really work on the spine going over the ball, then the shoulders, then your head gets back. So make sure your head doesn't get there before your shoulders do. So deep breath, and breathe out, up you come, and reach forwards. Bring them back. And then down slowly, slowly, slowly without crashing the head too quickly. Again, breathing out. And reaching to the front. And hands come back. And down gently. Remember again, don't let your head hit the floor before you've unravelled the spine. 2 more. Breathe out. And reaching forwards. And rolling back. And 1 more deep breath. Breathe out, up and over. Reach forwards. And down slowly as you roll back. And we're going to leave the ball there. We're going to carry on. We're going to do a leg movement once we get up. So curl again up and over. Once we're here, we're going to hold this position. We're going to straighten the right leg. We're going to lower the right leg, just hover off the mat. And we're going to lift it to where it was. We're going to lower it and hover off the mat. And we're going to lift it back where it was. Same on the other side. Hold your curl up if you can. Straighten your leg. Lower the leg. Bring it to where it was. Lower the leg. Bring it where it was. Put your foot down. Over you go. So, just going to do 3 more of those. So, they're quite tricky. So, don't, if you want to, just carry on doing what you were just doing if it's too hard. So, again, deep breath. Up and over we go. Hold the curl up. Straighten. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. And down we go. 2 more. Straighten. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. And straighten. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. Down we go. Getting a bit sore now, isn't it? And last one. Power through. Up you come. Straighten. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. And straighten. Lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. And down nice and slowly. And take that ball out from underneath. Well done. All of that can be done, by the way, without the ball. It's just encouraging the spine to do a bit more with the ball, so it's easier to kind of challenge the tummy muscles also if you want to work the tummy slightly more than you usually would. But just be aware that you don't want to overwork it if you've got any injuries that are involved in sort of trying to get the tummy muscles back together. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do some, we're going to do sitting up. So, beg your pardon, yawning. So we're going to sit up and we're going to start with saw. So we're just going to twist the body a little bit. We're just going to do some waist twists to warm it up, and then we'll do the saw exercise. So sitting tall, main thing. We're going to pop our hands on top of our head, relaxing the shoulders once they're there. So we're going to go to the left. So we're going to twist. Now don't lean backwards to get further. You want to keep your legs still, and we're going to go around to the corner of the room. And then come back. Breathing in, breathing out. And back. Other side. And back. Other side. Breathing out as you twist. And again. And then last time on each side. Again, don't lean backwards. Last one. And then bring the arms down. Perfect. So what we're going to do next is the saw. So sometimes the legs get too exaggerated. Just do a comfortable V shape for yourself. I'm going to just fold a cushion half. If you do have some sort of, I'm trying to look at my books, anything thicker that would make it a little more comfier, you can also sit on top, so you'll notice that it's easier to straighten the legs really. So I'm just going to sit on my book slash cushion, make sure you put the cushion underneath. So for me, that's a lot easier to kind of sit forwards and the pelvis isn't tilting back. It's able to sit forwards. So legs are going to be in a V shape. They're just slightly wider than your shoulders, so it's not a huge open. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our arms out into a T position. So again, relax the shoulders. Arms are going to go out to the side and we're going to twist. So what I want you to do, the left leg we're going to go to first, and we're going to twist the right arm, so the opposite arm towards that. We're then going to, I've got to start again, sorry. I don't know where I was doing some seated exercises, so I've just been teaching the whole thing without the video record, well, half of the video recording it. My phone must have done something strange. Seb dropped my phone, so it's not working properly anymore, so it needs to get fixed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see where I was. So we've done all that. So let's go to sideline. So I think this is where I was. So what we're going to do is put the band for the sideline. So we're going to fold our cushion in half, pop our bum at the back of the mat. Cushion goes at the back of your mat, okay? So you want to make sure that both your arms are going to come in front, both your knees are up, and both your arms are in the front. And we're going to do arm openings. So we're going to lift our arm up to the ceiling and look where it goes. And then we're just going to let the arm just drop, but your knees don't move, they stay squeezing. Both your hips are going to stay facing forwards. And then you're going to come up and you're going to close. And again, lift the arm up, squeeze the knees, and let the arm drop. And then bring it back and let it close. And arm up and let it drop and back. And again, lift the arm up and let it drop. Bring it back. And 3 more up. Look, keep your knees where they are, squeeze. Up. And 2. And drop. And last one up. Squeeze the knees, arms up and back. And then grab your band. And we're going to go and open the arm, so it's nice for the shoulder. It's a little tricky at the end, so keeping the head forward, you're just going to open the arm to the ceiling and back. And open the arm to the ceiling. And let's go for 4. 3. 2. 1. And then relax the shoulder. Let's roll over, let's do it on the other side. So pop the cushion on the other side. And then just pop it so you've got your head at the back of the mat. So the cushion is also at the back of the mat. Both your arms are in front. Make sure your band's nearby. Knees are up. Feet are at the front of your mat. And you're going to take your arm up to the ceiling and look. And then knees don't move, but your arm carries on. Your head stays looking at the ceiling. Come back and close. Arm goes up And arm drops back, your knees stay facing forwards, your head stays up. And back. Arm up. And drop. Back. Arm up. Drop. And back. Let's go for 4. Keep squeezing those knees together. And 3. And 2. And last one. And then bring it back, and then we're going to grab the band again. Keep the arm that's on the floor fixed, and then the arm that's doing the work, just watch whichever strength you want. You can make it quite hard. If you want to get grab more of the band, less of the band, then you are making it easier. So arm again, looking forwards this time. Arm to the ceiling and back. Arm up to the ceiling and back. Arm to the ceiling. Arm to the ceiling. And again, let's do 3 more. And 2. Last one. And bring the arm down. From there, you're just going to come onto your knees and just take a stretch. And then you're going to come and stand up. So from here, you're going to do some squats. So what we're going to do is use, I'm going to use this sort of, I'm not sure what it is, but the box that I've got. I'm going to do some squats. So if you want to make it harder, you're not going to touch it really at all. You just want you to hover, or you can sort of bump into it and then come back up again. We're going to try to do 10 if we can. So hip distance apart feet. Making sure you're hinging at your hips, sort of sitting down, that sort of sticking your bottom out. You're not hunching, so always looking up and forward. So relaxing the arms. You're going to start to bend your knees and ankles, hinging at your hips. And you're just going to find, I'm just going to hover and then come and drive the hips forward. So again, always looking forward, so your chest is proud. It then means you're not going to hunch. And drive your hips forward. So that's 2. 3, 4. We squeeze forward. 5, 6. Watch your back. 7, 8, 9, 10. And then do another set of 10 if you want to. Well, that's enough. That's quite worked my bum. But if you want to just go lower, you can use the sofa. Or if you've got anything that you want to sort of just really work on, you can go down there if you want to. That's Seb's play box. So anything that is just going to make these thighs nice and strong. Grab your band next. Last exercise. You're just going to step on the band. Got the same amount either side. I'm just going to hold on to the ends. So depends on how you want to make it feel. So if you can grab more, if you want to make the arms work more. So what you're going to do is soften those knees first. You're going to pop your elbows on your waist, and you're going to bring those arms up to that right angle. And you're going to pull the band towards your biceps. 1, just to the right angle. 2, 3, 4. Watch those wrists. Don't let those wrists be all floppy. They're still in line with your arm. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then just relax the arms, let the hands have a bit of a pause, and we're going to finish with a roll down. So just soften up your knees and relax the shoulders and the head, and rolling down slowly. So take it as slow as you want, so your spine really gets the benefit of this out, sort of roll forwards. It's nice and slow. Your feet, just make sure that they are all the points. So you've got your big toe, your little toe, your heel, and the inside of your foot and the outside of your foot, all as heavy as each other. And as you come up, you're going to pull your tummy muscles up to the ceiling, and that's going to help you then push your bottom towards the floor and drive your hips forwards and stack your spine up. And then you can roll your shoulders back when you get to the top, and you're done. I hope that bit recorded, because I did all of that before and none of it recorded. So I will find the issue out with my phone, and I will see you all next week. Thank you. Bye.